Trump's comments were offensive, they were baseless, they were void of any facts and/or any evidence. What they were comments that unfortunately fomented violence, and comments that I would describe as race baiting, and comments, unfortunately, that appeals to the bottom of our humanity. This case was brought simply because it was a case where individuals have engaged in a pattern and practice of fraud. And I will not sit idly by and allow anyone to subvert the law. And lastly, I will not be bullied. And so Mr. Trump is no longer here. The Donald Trump show is over. This was nothing more than a political stunt.
And they have no case. And today, if you read the New York Law Journal, they basically say they have no case against Trump. But I'm here, stuck here, and I can't campaign. I'd rather be right now in Iowa. I'd rather be in New Hampshire or South Carolina or Ohio or a lot of other places, but I'm stuck here because I have a corrupt attorney general that communicates with the DOJ in Washington to keep me nice and busy because I'm leading Biden in the polls by a lot. That's all this is. This is election interference. They made up a fake case. They're fraudulent people. And the judge already knows what he's going to do. He's a Democrat judge. In all fairness to him, he has no choice.
Former US President Donald Trump has ruled himself out as an option to become Speaker of the House of Reps. The Republicans are finding a replacement after Kevin McCarthy was spectacularly ousted yesterday. It's the first time in history the US Congress has been in session without a Speaker sworn in. Our Washington correspondent Annalise Nielsen joins us live. Now, Annalise, was Donald Trump a serious contender for the Speaker?
Well, perhaps not a serious contender, but a legitimate option. To be the Speaker of the House of Representatives, you don't actually have to be a congressman or a congresswoman. You can just be any American citizen. And so this is where some people have suggested it. Marjorie Taylor Greene posting to Truth Social. I won't read the whole thing out, but she was the first out of the gate to say, look, we should have Donald Trump back in. And in many respects, he is still a very powerful voice in the House of Representatives. When he was asked going into court today whether he told Matt Gaetz to try to spill the speakership, he said he did not, but the influence remains. He is a very influential voice among Republicans, especially in the House of Representatives, but he did rule out when asked going for the Speaker's role.
I'll do whatever it is to help, but my total focus is being president and, quite honestly, making America great again, because we are living in a country in decline. This is a country that's failing badly. We're not respected in the world. I'm running for president. I'm up by 40 and 50 points and more in some cases. But whatever I can do to help with regard to Speaker is good. By the way, I'm also leaning Biden by a lot. If I wasn't, I wouldn't have trials like this.
So if you thought this couldn't get any stranger, there we are. What we are looking at though is the House of Representatives with no speaker. This is the first time in US history Congress has been in session without a speaker presiding. There has been a temporary speaker sworn in as Speaker pro tempore, but nothing can really happen. What's happening in the next week is Republicans are amongst themselves deciding who wants to stand up. There's been two so far to put their hand up to say that they'll run for the Speaker. That's Steve Scalise and Jim Jordan, both very influential voices among House Republicans, but likely there will be more that join in. The plan is next Tuesday there'll be a Republican conference, and among themselves they can hopefully decide on one candidate, and then they have to take it to the House of Representatives. Democrats have already said they're going to put their own leader forward as well, so this could turn into a messy day with just a few people in a very tight margin of the House able to go either side, and theoretically you could actually have a Democrat speaker in a majority Republican House, but that seems one of the more unlikely scenarios. This is going all the way to the top, especially because the issues at play here are mainly funding for Ukraine. President Joe Biden has said that they need to find a path forward with more bipartisanship among members.
More than anything, we need to change the poisonous atmosphere in Washington. You know, we have strong disagreements, but we need to stop seeing each other as enemies. We need to talk to one another, listen to one another, work with one another, and we can do that. I join with Minority Leader Jeffries in saying that our Republican colleagues remain committed to working in a bipartisan fashion. We're prepared to do it as well.
And Pete, don't forget, in the midst of all this, government funding for the United States government runs out on November 22nd. They should be hashing that deal out now.